Okay, we're ready to go with our nested table. We have this current site chopped up into 5 table rows. However, I need to create a navigation document all its own. So I'm going to take my crop tool and just go over top my navigation area, hit enter, and immediately before I do anything else, I'm going to save this as a new Photoshop document. So I go save as and give it crab site demo nav, and I want to make sure I'm saving these. I actually created a new region for these, so they're in my February file under website, so I'll just save it there. So if you remember, I have a rollover state which is currently active, and I want that in the rest state right now. So I'm going to shut off everything that's not part of the regular state. There's my regular state, which is a plain white font. And I'm going to clear my guides. My guides are not the correct ones right now. If you notice, I have 2 horizontals at the top of my slice and the bottom of my slice. So I'm going to pop over into view and clear guides, slices and clear guides. And I'm going to create some new slices with new guides. Once, 2, 3, 4. Now I want to make sure also that my buttons aren't going to overlap, and they won't. They'll be okay. Shut those back off. And I can slice this again, so I need to go to my slice tool. Slices from guides. Yes, thank you. File, save for web. And again, my friends, I'm going to go with save images and HTML. So HTML and images to the same file. There we go. Again, now my rollover states. I'm turning everything on and shutting off the white state. And this time I file, save for web again, but this time I'm shutting off the HTML. And I just want to save the images. And I'm going to give these a new designation of roll, R-O-L-L, at the end. Save. Close that out. I could save this right now, but I don't need it. I've already saved it once. Back to my original full page code. As you can see, here it is. This is the one with the picture of my navigation. Now I want to replace this picture with my new code HTML table. So I'm going to open up Crab Demo Nav in Dreamweaver, and you'll notice, as you can see from the top to the bottom, that's a table. Well, here also, this is also a table, but this one is a table that's only each individual little picture is now sliced in. Here we go to show you. There's 1 slice, 2 slice, 3 slice, 4 slice, 5 slice, which is blank. That's for future expansion of my website. I can always add in more items to the right. But generally speaking, I've now got 1 table row with a number of TDs in there. Table data 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Represented here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's our 1 table row, and the 5 table data items. And pardon me, I'm going to go into Insert Image Objects, Rollover Image, and Dreamweaver gives me image name. Well, the first image, if you remember, is home. Original image I'm going to find in my Crab website. Open up. Come on. And my first navigation item, which should be right there, Crab Site Demo Nav 01. Choose that. The rollover version of that is Crab Site roll version of that same file. Choose that. Where do I want it to go? Well, remember our home page is index.html. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I got to write home page. And index.html. Okay. If you notice, what happened is the entire group of rollover action in JavaScript that I need for this whole script to function and for my pictures to work has been generated by Dreamweaver. This chunk of JavaScript goes into the head of my document. There it is at the head. There is a little piece of preloading script, and inside the table itself, what was just a single image TD now has a href to go to the index page, and on mouse out, swap the image restore. In other words, go back to the original state. On mouse over, go grab the roll image, and when you're at rest, you're going to just be the rest version. So if you can decipher that, it basically means on mouse over, be the rollover version. When you leave with your mouse, go back and restore it to the original state, which is this one. Alternate text has been filled in for us, and it's home page, the name, home, and width and so on are the same as the original. So I'm just going to delete my original image, which was to the beginning of this whole new piece of code. Delete that, save it, and test this page again. Here we are over here. We test it, and yes. Do you see that, folks? Right here. We now have a rollover of our home button. Contact doesn't work yet. We still have to generate that, as well as biography and portfolio. I'm going to do those as quickly as I can to keep our video short. However, it was going to the Insert, Image Objects, Rollover Image, and we choose our rollover image. Dialog box. Image name would be, just forgive me a second, I gotta look. Contact. Image name is contact. Oh, excuse me. My typing is horrible here. Contact would be number 2. Choose. Browse. Number 2 below. Choose. Alternate text, contact. Contact the artist. And when you go, I want you to go to contact.html. Okay. It generates this new piece of code. I go to the front of that code and remove the old image. Travel on. Next one. Insert. Image objects, rollover image. And rather than contact, we need biography. So I call this image name Biography. Original image is where? Well, it's right here in number 3. Choose. Secondary image, number 3. Choose. Alternate text. Artist's bio. And go to all lowercase, I'm sorry, Biography. HTML. Okay. Delete what's in front of it. And I should be hitting save each time here, every time I do an action that I want to keep. Just because of fear of crashing. I've had my websites, or my computers freeze up or crash all too often. So again, I try to keep pace and save as I go. And our last but not least item is portfolio. So I will go to portfolio. Original image would be number 4. Choose. And we need number 4 role. Choose. Alternate text. Artist portfolio. And the alternate text, remember, is for folks that are non-sighted or low vision, and they may need to have a voice reader or additional helps. And the alternate text gives them a way to be participatory in your site and get to where they need to get to. In case they need to contact you, they'll know that they go to the contact page when clicked. Okay, I'm going to type this in. We'll HTML, okay. And again, the final act is removing that first image there, delete. Save, test. And here we go. They all work, all my buttons work. What I need to do now is to copy this entire table from the beginning of the table to the end of the table, copy. And I go to my original page, Crab Site Demo, and I know for a fact that this TD number 2 was my second one, is my navigation. And I'm going to overwrite that with this one fell swoop, paste. And I have just pasted in what is known as a nested table. Tabbing in. So you can see we have a table starting here. Well, here's my little table, which I can actually ID as navigation at this point. And this little table takes the place of what was the image of my navigation. Remember that stiff piece that picked up all my navigation items, my original image? But I'm missing a crucial part, which happens to be going to be inserted here at line number 5. I'm going to give it some space here so I can insert it. But back on this original page, is that, remember that JavaScript that was generated? I need to copy that out of the head of my navigation file. Copy. Paste. And now that same script is present in my website. Save that document and let's test it in Safari and see what we have. There it is. Remember, this is the original document, has now got navigation that is functioning, image-based navigation, functioning within my page of my original table. So we're dealing with a nested table. Here's our first table. That's our first table, which represents our entire website. But here is a nested table which was placed within the TD for the navigation in the original site, which was right here. This was one big picture before. Well, now it's a table which has the rollover states.